Okay, we're going to look at finding the discount as it relates to finding the sale price actually. So given a % discount, you're going to find the sale price. Given a % decrease, you're going to find the new amount. This is different than the other video that I made about discount and % decrease. If you haven't seen that video, I need you to look at that first because that'll explain at least the first step in this process. They're going to give you these percents and you're going to end up finding a new amount based on this. In the last video, well, we just found the discount and we found how much the savings are. In this video, we're taking it another step to say, we know the discount is a certain %. We're going to take that % off of the original price and we're going to find out what our new price is. The % discount, % decrease, they're basically the same thing. They may say find the sale price, they may say find the new amount. It means the same thing, so just keep that in mind. So you might see the question like, what is the sale price? What is the sale price after the % discount? So they'll be asking for the sale price there. Or they may say, what is the new amount? What is the new amount after the % decrease? These are really two different questions that mean exactly the same thing. So be comfortable knowing that these two questions are looking for you to do something with that %, not just multiply, but do something else with that %. And we're going to talk about what that is in a second to find the new amount or the sale price. Okay, so definitely write these down and remember these two types of questions. Okay, so let's say, for example, they say, what is the sale price of a $130 guitar after a 30% discount? Well, the plan is to multiply to get the discount amount. We know that from the last video. Anytime you're given % of a number, to find what that number is, to find that discount, all you're doing is taking 30% of the original number. Well, now to find the sale price, that's a little bit different. So the second part of that would be you need to subtract that off of the original price, which makes sense if you think about walking into a store, getting a discount. You're going to save money off of that $130, right? So let's take this one step at a time so you can see what we're talking about here. First, you should notice that we're given a % and we always want to change that to a decimal, so we go 2 places over to the left. And this % has changed into 0.3, and we're going to use that in our equation here. What we have is we have $130 times 0.3, and we're going to multiply this out. We get a 0, a 9, and a 3. We put in our decimal, and we get $39. Well, $39, as we know, multiply for the discount amount, $39 is actually the discount. That's how much we saved. That is exactly 30% of that number. That's $39. Well, if we save $39, well, what was the original amount? The original amount was $130, right? Put the decimal after 130. $130. Now, we said we were saving $39, so we're going to line up our decimal and subtract. And when we do that subtraction, we just simply get $91 and our final answer, which is the new amount or the sale price. So that is the answer to this question, the sale price. And as you can see, all we did was we took the original amount, times it by 30% discount, which we changed to 0.3. We got $39 as our savings or our discount, and we took $39 away from the original price by subtracting, and we got $91 as our sale price. Pretty straightforward. Many of the questions you'll get in your textbook or on tests follow this same format. It's a really important question to know. You may also come across a question that looks like this. It's worded a little bit differently, but basically you're doing the same thing. This question says, last year it took Sue 45 minutes to get to work. This year her traveling time decreased by 25%. find the new amount of time it takes her to travel. Okay, so we're going to break this down a little bit and see what's important here. Last year, it took Sue 45 minutes. So 45 was the number last year. And this year, her traveling time decreased by 25%. So it decreased by 25%. Find the new amount. That's important too. Find the new amount of time it takes her to travel. So how do we do this? Well, basically it's the same thing. Two important numbers there are 45 and 25% decrease, right? So we're going to change the percent to a decimal, 1, 2. This becomes 0.25. And we're going to take 45. We're going to multiply it by 0.25. 5, 2, that's 22. Put a 0, that's a 10. Carry the 1. That's a 9, 5, 2, 11, 0.25 with the decimal there. So our savings, or I shouldn't say savings actually, our decrease, right? Because we're talking about a 25% decrease. Our decrease is 11.25. Now in the last problem we called it a discount. Here we're just saying it's a decrease, which is really the same thing, just a different word. Means the same thing. So now the decrease is not our answer because they didn't say find the decrease. Just like in the last problem, they didn't say find the discount. They're asking for you to find the new amount of time it takes her to travel. So if last time she traveled for 45 minutes, right? And this time she traveled, and there was a decrease of 11.25. Decrease means subtraction, right? So if there's a decrease, we're just going to do that subtraction. And we're going to, borrow where we have to borrow. Right? This is a 4. This becomes a 9. And then we have a 5. And then we have, don't forget your decimal there. And this is a 7. And this is a 3. And then we have a 3. So when we subtract, we found the new amount of time that it takes her to travel. So what you would do is 33.75 minutes is how long it would take her to travel. So this is the new time. And most times you would round that, and you could probably say the new time is about 34 minutes. Okay? So again, the same thing. Multiply first and then subtract when you have a discount or a decrease. Same exact thing. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. You start with an original number. You don't forget to change that to a decimal. You don't forget that this is only the decrease, only one part of the step. There are 2 steps here. We had to do this step first, and then we had to do this step to find the new amount or the new time. So this is the new amount of time, right? So this we could also say is the new amount of time there. So there you go. Review everything just to make sure you get it all. And really, really important because you get tons of questions like this. So make sure you understand.